And we're live. Welcome to the SoNo Show, episode 17. Tonight is a little different format. Tonight I have three other guys, hopefully four here shortly. If my friend Tristan, oh shit, that's cool. Hopefully, if Tristan can get his technical issues worked out, we will have a fifth member on this stream. The thing that holds all of these guys here in common, that we all have in common with each other, is that we have all managed to meet each other in real life, which is something that I think is extremely important for a lot of our guys. You know, I've said before, I have reservations about, formal public facing groups, but we've all managed to meet each other, in an informal fashion, just by speaking to each other online and, doing some traveling in order to meet each other. So, guys, I'll let y'all introduce yourselves. How are y'all doing this evening? I've got my friend Swamp Bro, Boarish Gaul,
hey.
Wiglaf.
Hello.
I really hope Tristan can get on here shortly because I've actually known Tristan, I believe, the longest. I really hope he can get on. But how are y'all doing tonight, guys? How are y'all doing?
Doing good, Tristan. Nordic, how you doing?
Oh man, it's gonna be a fucking.
It's gonna be a long one.
It's gonna be a comedy show tonight.
Oh yeah.
God damn, Derek. Boarish.
What?
How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm drinking some whiskey right now. Me and the woman just got done seeing The Northman, like I told y'all just a minute ago. Good movie, but I'm good. I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Absolutely horrible.
Shut up, Wiglaf.
How you doing down there, Wiglaf? How is it? Things going good?
Fine. It's pretty hot here, but yeah, I'm enjoying myself. Sitting in a lawn chair next to a fire. It's pretty fun.
Oh, hanging out in the backyard, huh?
Yep.
Nice. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Not too many mosquitoes.
Are they bad down there?
No, nowhere near as what I'm used to up in Minnesota.
I've always why is that? I think
Minnesota is one giant swamp. Anyone who lives there will attest to that. The thing is, yeah, you get fucking giant swarms of mosquitoes everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's impossible to get away from them.
Oh man, I've heard up in like Scandinavia, actually, like up in Norway during the summer, and the mosquitoes are terrible.
Yeah,
Minnesota is basically Finland, so
yeah. So we don't really have any format tonight. This is probably going to be a comedy stream because we've got Boar with us here out of retirement, and he likes his laugh is infectious.
Shut up! Shut up! It ain't.
It is too. We was dying just a minute ago, and we had to get a straight face because we was going to open up the stream giggling like schoolgirls. Oh, so Swamp. I remember it was a few months ago, I had the idea for all of us to come on here and do this stream. But the other day, I think it was last week, you were like, you wanted us to finally do this. So what would you like to talk about first? What do you have on your mind, Swamp?
What would I have on my mind? What we all should be doing will be the first thing that comes to my mind. And you could start it off pretty elementary. All of our guys need to find a mate or female companion, start exercising, clean their diets up.
Yeah, I don't know that.
If you're not already doing this type of stuff. But what I really like to see our guys start doing is actual training, combat training, forming small groups, running drills, getting used to your gear, getting used to your guns, doing weapons drills, forming small tribes. We all need to drop out of the system as much as we can. I still have a long way to go with that. but we can all start with baby steps. If you haven't gotten rid of your television service yet, do that. Throw your microwave in the dumpster. Start off with the obvious stuff.
I like my microwave though.
And of course, that's not dropping out from the system, but my point is start off with small things and, go from there.
Mm-hmm.
I still have a long way to go. I still use Amazon.
Yeah, don't we all?
But start dropping out any way you can. Learn survival skills. Start prepping. And that's pretty much all I have to say on broad terms. But.
Well, you're also a pretty big advocate on, stockpiling, stocking up on food and such. I know you were just talking about the basics, right? But could you elaborate some more? You're a cornucopia of good knowledge on that.
Absolutely. Where do you want me to start?
I don't know. What's the big worry right now? Food and water. Food, water, shelter is things that we should all be worrying about, especially in just today's age. Just kind of elaborate from there, man.
All right. I think everybody should, if you haven't started yet, you should start with a 3-day goal in mind, getting 3 days worth of food. That's typically just one trip to the store. Mm-hmm. After you've gotten that goal completed, you should go for 3 weeks. After you've gotten that completed, go for 3 months. Go for 6 months. After that, go for a year if you can. Start with canned goods and dry goods. I would probably stack at least 6 months worth of dry goods and canned goods if you can. Freeze dried food is also good. Mm-hmm. The way I do it is I actually have about half and half. I have about a 6 month supply of cans and dry goods, maybe a little under, and about 6 months of freeze goods, freeze dried. Store it in a dark, cool place. Stack water if you can.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm kind of drawing a blank here.
That shit happens. It happens to the best of us. Wiglaf, how are you doing tonight, man? How's things in your life? How's things going?
Wiglaf?
Is Wiglaf even there?
Wiglaf?
Wiglaf! Wiglaf, where you at?
Swamp, did they come and take him and not you?
Hello?
He's here. There he is.
Hello?
I'm
you hear me? All right. Well, shit's fine, man. I can't really complain. Pretty happy about where I am now, and I like the trajectory I'm on. And
have you managed to find you any of those southern cuties yet?
Those bells, baby.
Oh, not yet. Not yet.
Dude, you need to go to a church, man.
I'm telling you.
Go to a church and find you a good, clean young woman.
Man, I've been trying to tell him.
Yeah, you have been telling me.
That's why I
just fucking hate going to church.
Yeah, I know.
We've all been fucking dude, just put on the mask, man. You gotta get it, man. You gotta get it.
They will adapt to you. Don't worry.
Yes, you.
Mm-hmm. I just gotta pretend to love Jesus for a couple of years, and then we're good.
Well, you don't even have to pretend, right? Have just respect and reverence for something that, a woman that you're going to spend the rest of your life with and bear your children. Have respect for her and her belief. If you do that, you'll get all the way. But if you even have an ounce of disdain or phonyism over it, don't fake it, man. Like, just be respectful of a woman, and you'll get way further than trying to.
Hey,
fake
Tristan's
something.
in. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. What's up, Tristan?
Tristan,
can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
No,
yes,
I can't hear you.
We can. Welcome to the show,
feedback?
dude.
Hello?
feedback?
Yeah, we're good. No feedback.
Hello?
We're good to go.
Hello.
Hey, Bubba.
What
Hey,
you doing,
how's
Bubba?
it going, guys?
Hey, girl.
Chat, chat. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you this stream has no format. We're just going to be shooting the shit, so bear with us. Tristan,
Let's keep talking about what we should be doing. I didn't mean to interrupt. I said that right before you.
oh hell, you're good. You're good. Yeah, what we should be doing. There's a lot of things that we should be doing. Swamp, your posts on Telegram on your channel was pretty informative that you had posted a few months ago. I'm gonna see if I can pull some of those up because you went in really, really good detail. Or if you want to pull them up, Swamp, read them to us because it'll take me a minute to find.
I'm kind of nervous to even try to back out of here. Let me see what I can do.
Going deep, man. You know.
Y'all are still there.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, let me see here.
All right. Let's see what the
I
chat
started off with guns.
Well, hell, let's talk about some guns. Shit.
Let me see.
Shit. Let's talk about weapons, rifles, pistols. Vin Gull says, just sit at home by yourself and listen to Dark Throne, man. What the fuck? Hell yeah.
Dark Throne was one of my favorites back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Oxstone says, build and destroy. Oxstone. Oh, we have some conflicting advice here, Wiggy. We've got some conflicting advice. Oxstone, a good friend of mine, says, no, just tell them what you are, and if they like you, they will follow. Hey, it's whatever route you want to go, Wiglaf.
Yeah, I don't think anything's wrong with telling them what you are, but I do think that tact is needed in all things, in all situations, you know, especially with dealing with a mate. You know, I mean, you don't want to come off as a complete psychopath, even though you believe.
I am, though.
Wiglaf,
You're not a psychopath. You're a good
boy, Wiglaf. Shut your mouth.
Yes, sir.
You get that damn thatching again. No, yeah, you don't like. Do you tell them how it is? But you don't tell them treat them like a bitch. Like that's a whole groper shit where they treat women like trash because they're all.
Well, that's not even what I'm saying.
Hell, all those guys are fucking faggots, man. They celebrate being a fucking incel.
They're all butt buddies.
Who the fuck wants to be a goddamn incel? Man, when I was Wiglaf's age, my mind was constantly on trying to get laid.
I'm still trying to get laid, and I'm married, man.
Hey, as long as it's just with your woman, though, that's the key.
Right.
Once you're tied down, once you're in the relationship, you don't need to be one of these dumb philanderers.
No, especially once you have kids.
Oh yeah, I mean, especially then, of course. Yeah. But oh shit.
Let's see.
Tristan, what you got going on, man? How's life out there in the West?
It's about to get hot today.
No, thank you.
I work 6 days a week, so.
How's work going for you, brother?
I'm happy that the week is over. I was sick most of it, but I still went to work. I had to take Thursday off because I couldn't kill this damn fever, but I'm 100% now. So.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yeah, thanks.
I actually had to go to the fucking doctor the other day myself. I had a damn.
Go to your doctor, Goy. That's a good idea.
Dude,
the real way to handle it is just
Dude, I broke out with fucking hives everywhere, man. I've had poison ivy for like 2 weeks, and it has it's fucked me up. Gave me a steroid shot and all that bullshit.
That's funny. I've never really been affected by poison ivy. Like poison oak, it fucked me up. Like just from doing that bound in with swamp.
Yeah.
Past couple days, I got poison oak all over my back and my belly.
Oh God, fuck that.
And so,
shit.
Yeah.
Poison ivy and poison oak is the Jew of the plant kingdom. I mean, really,
there's actually a plant that you can use to get rid of it or stop the spread and swelling. Is actually called jewel weed. I don't know if we have it down here in the South, but I knew we had it up in Minnesota. It's just got these little orange flowers. You can look it up if you want more information. But you just take it and you just crush it on your hand and rub it on whatever ails you. and it takes away the itching.
Huh.
I've used it tons of times. It's poison oak.
Damn right, man. I don't know if we have. I actually need to look that up. Swamp, have you been able to find any of the posts from earlier?
Swamp. Swamp, where are you?
Oh, hey, you got to be in the StreamYard.
Technical difficulties.
Okay, so I haven't been in there.
No, like, are you on that? Okay,
He's using
so,
his phone, ain't you?
See, Swamp has disconnected too much from the modern world. He no longer
There
has
you
to
go.
use the modern world.
God damn.
What is that? I just started a disco here.
Damn. What the hell? Just go out of it, leave the stream for a minute, and then come back in.
Yeah,
So,
I
like,
let
Y'all
you
can
back
still
in.
hear me, right?
Yeah, I hear you right now, loud and clear,
Okay.
brother.
Alright, it's fine.
As long as y'all can hear me, it don't matter.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Was
about
you able
that
to-
poison oak and poison ivy, poison sumac, whatever it is, it all works by like an oily residue. So if you have noticed you've gotten in it, like you know how to identify the plants and you notice like, oh shit, I've been in poison ivy. You can actually keep it from rashing up if you wash it off with friction within like the first 15, 20 minutes.
With friction.
Yep.
Like a stone?
Something like a Brillo sponge, if you can get it. If you're out in the woods, I guess use sand and debris
Dude, that sounds-
and
are you
rub
shitting
that
me?
oil off. Nope, it works by oils, and most
Mhm.
people
Really?
break out because the oil just sits
Just
on their
seeps
skin
into their
and seeps
skin.
in. Exactly.
You get hot, and your pores open up, and then it just gets in.
That's right.
From what I understand. I know back whenever I used to work landscaping, mowing, or especially weed eating, like having to weed eat some like rough banks, I would get in that shit. Oh my God. I'd have it like I could feel the shit just like spray up on me, and I'm like, wow, I'm gonna be eat up with the shit here shortly. Amara Arian says the guys I work with pour gas on it.
You're
and
out again,
cringe-
man.
And I cringe.
Ooh. Oh.
I've heard of people pouring bleach on it before, like scratch the hell out of it, pour bleach on it. That sounds horrible.
You fuck your
Ow.
skin up.
They say it works though, but
Hello?
no.
Hello.
Damn, we lost Swamp. It looks like.
Oh. Pour one out for the fallen brother.
Yeah, do not. Alan Kidd, he brings up a great point in the chat. Only problem I have is if I burn a bunch of it and get in the smoke. Yes, I
Ooh.
would strictly advise against burning
you.
ever, because hell, you can get that shit in your lungs.
Oh
It'll
my
fuck
God.
you up to death. You know,
Could
be
you
in
imagine?
misery, you'll be
Itching your
dying.
lungs. Oh.
That's a real way to gas somebody. I'm gonna keep that in mind for the future.
Where the hell did Swamp go? He's trying.
He's trying to get in because
Okay.
we're on the on a phone. You can't, as far as I'm aware, whenever I used StreamYard before, you can't back out. You have to keep the actual page open. So he won't be able to read stuff out. You'll have to go and find it yourself, Nordic.
Yeah, bitch. I'm kidding.
Yeah, fuck you. You gotta read it.
I'll see if I can pull something up here. It'll take me a minute. You guys entertain for us, fellas.
Entertain.
Derek, you're entertaining as fuck.
I ain't that entertaining on.
Sing us a song.
I ain't gonna sing over this. I'll sing in real life, but I ain't gonna sing here.
Dude, does this one
Huh?
peculiar buck?
This one peculiar, buck. Oh my God,
Dave, we laughed so much over that. You came down here to stay.
Nordic. Swamp says to Adam.
Oh, there
the-
he is. Fuck yeah.
Well, the crazy thing is, right? Like, just the thought that, like, you got these blacks out here that are like getting off thinking about getting raped by like slave owners.
Oh, what?
Ooh. Massa,
Please.
yeah. Oh my God.
It's Buck ain't gonna break his
His
cell.
Just downright peculiar. Oh. No.
Shit. I'm looking to see if I can find a God damn it. Fuck. All right. I might be able to pull it up here in a minute.
I'm playing
Tristan.
tetherball by myself.
I mean,
Playing
what do
tetherball.
we want to start on, guys? Guns?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you just abbreviate.
Let's-
you know, those are big.
Let's talk
big
about what
articles.
kind of guns our guys should be getting.
22 long rifle.
MG42s. MG40s, sorry.
Hell yeah.
There's pretty much 5 guns to get starting off.
Yeah.
Every guy needs a good battle rifle,
Yeah.
a pistol, a shotgun, a 22 semi-auto rifle,
Yep.
and a deer/sniper rifle.
Stopping rifle. Pew, pew. Yeah, no, I highly now Swamp. Not how much ammo you have, but how much ammo do you think one should start acquiring for their armaments?
It varies per caliber, but a good rule of thumb is 1,000 per gun.
Yeah.
Now, if you got, a huge collection and you've got a baker's dozen 9mm, there's no point in getting 1,000 for every 9mm you have.
Right.
But with a 22, I like to have at least 4,000, to be honest with you. So it varies per caliber, but with most calibers, you want 1,000 per gun unless you just got a shit ton of them.
Yeah. And, something to add on to the guns, right? Like, this is a video idea I wanted to make for a while. It's just the idea that we as Americans are able to arm ourselves with armor and weapons. That's not something a lot of Europeans have been able to do in history at all, besides noble classes. So just take advantage of that gift that you're given by this nation to be able to do such an amazing thing as like own your own armor and weapons, even if it's expensive. Make it a priority.
Absolutely. You can own your own armory.
Yeah, your own armory.
So-
You could be your own military force by the Constitution, which, depending on who you talk to, matters. But
Yeah. Well, man, you can even get like cool shit, like fucking machine guns or grenade launchers and shit like that if you pay.
with
the
a little
government.
paperwork, yeah.
You can get suppressors and shit like that too. I mean, it's up to you whether you want to bother with that in the red tape or do it another way.
Well, there's not a lot of red tape with like suppressors. I mean,
Oh, not too much, but it's still something.
sure.
I mean, I wouldn't even like having my regular firearms registered, but
Yeah. I mean, like I said,
it is what it is.
That's why I want to get the hell out of here.
I'd rather have it than not have it. So.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Especially for hunting. Like, if you're hunting like deep in like a backwoods somewhere, like you don't want to alert everyone or animals that you've just shot an animal.
Having learning to use a bow or even having a crossbow. That's a very
That's another one.
that's a very important skill for hunting. Because it doesn't really reveal your location. It's much more silent. I actually managed to
Very
find...
good pellet guns. Well, I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're good. Continue. Do you have anything else you wanted to add, Swamp?
Yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I think I have a delay here. Also a good pellet gun.
Mm-hmm. Not a BB
Not good
gun,
for
a pellet
defense. A BB gun will work too. As long as it's good quality. A pellet gun is much better, but my point on a pellet gun, BB gun, is actually just for procuring small game without using actual ammo.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saving a lot of money. You're also not making any noise.
In the chat, my friend Alan Kidd brings up a good point. He said slingshot with ball bearings is good as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Good point, Alan. Good point, Mr. Kidd.
You can go the extra mile and just start using spears or slings.
Yeah. Speaking of, I've been using that sling that you gave me, Swamp. I've been practicing with it. Ain't very good.
How many windows you knocked out so far?
I do it in the forest.
Oh.
I aim at trees. Man, I ain't dumb.
So I did as a kid. I knocked out plenty of windows using fucking I used like a couple bandanas I actually found behind a dumpster. So it probably wasn't a good idea.
That's why they kicked you out of Minnesota.
Yeah. I just tied them together and made myself a sling. So
Hell yeah, you were displayed some ingenuity there.
there you go. Had to do what I had to do in the ghetto.
Yeah. I'd say it's a lot better where you are now than where you were up in Minnesota. I remember when I first started speaking to you, Wiglaf, online, you were telling me about just how things were up there where you was at.
Mm-hmm.
It was extremely diverse, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, moving down here to the south, you pretty much have whites and buckwheats. And you don't really have a whole lot of others out here. In Minnesota, everybody was in everyone else's business racially. There was a lot of miscegenation, and there was a lot more, especially white chicks with black guys. There was a lot of that up there. That was it was almost like a cultural badge, like my daughter's with a black guy. Kind of
I'm
shit.
anti-racist.
I'm not racist. My daughter sleeps with a black man. They have 3 children.
Could you imagine actually being proud?
Yeah.
My caramel grandbabies are so beautiful.
They're so you're black. It's beautiful.
They're caramel, but they're dumb.
My grandchildren don't look nothing like me, and I love them even more if they did.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that was a big thing up there.
Dude, I've got a question, Wiglaf. Do you think this is a result of, it seems like there's a lot of white altruism in the Scandinavian population. Not all of them, of course, but you see how horrible that things have went in Sweden and Norway. A lot of the descendants, a lot of the people living in Minnesota currently, they came from Scandinavia and, throughout the Midwest. Do you think this is just how they are, or is it cultural?
No,
I think I actually I've thought about that, and Scandinavia, especially in Finland and Norway, you pretty much had almost 100% white communities for an incredibly long time. The only outside influence they really had, or like outside cultures, was a bit of Sami, and a lot of them for the longest time have been mixed. So a lot of them still have relatively European features, just got broader faces, smaller eyes, and they're a little bit shorter. And so that was kind of the only real outside influence they had, non-white influence they had. And so they had real nice, safe, healthy communities for the longest time. And so they've gotten used to that. They're not used to having actual trouble to have to deal with. Yeah. And so bringing in all these other people and like, oh yeah, they're in trouble, bring them in. We want to take care of them. It came from a genuine place of, they want to be good natured. They want to be kind.
Yeah.
Not realizing that these people are gonna just fucking rape you to death. Literally, yeah. So I think it is something. It's newer to them because, for the longest time, they've just kind of been secluded like that, and that's what got them to that point, I think.
Yeah, it's disturbing to see. Hell, even here, where I live in Southeast Tennessee, you see it sometimes. But whenever you and Gaul, hell, we've lost Gaul. I hope he comes back.
Damn.
Whenever you and Gaul were telling me how things were up there in the Northeast regarding that, I was truly alarmed. I didn't. That's depressing. Very depressing. Going back to what we should be doing, I actually managed to find one of the posts that Swamp Bro had that I had shared on my channel on Telegram. I will read it right quick. Give me just a couple of minutes here. It's called Finding Water in Urban and Wilderness Environments. There are lots of places to find water in urban environments that you wouldn't think of. Irrigation pipes in ground hold water for a long time. Just find the sprinkler heads, break off, and siphon water out of a broken pipe. There is typically water trapped in main water lines as well, even in houses and apartments. Always open outside hose spigots to check. Commercial buildings hold a lot of water in bottom pipes. Oh shit, hold on. Let me let Boarish in. Tristan left. God damn, what the fuck? Oh, I lost my place.
Sorry, guys.
There's Tristan.
Sorry.
Tristan. Well, no, you're good. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry, I knocked my headphones and they're crap, so that's what I get.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Well, Tristan was there, but he's gone now. He'll be back in a second. Commercial buildings hold a lot of water in bottom pipes, even if faucets in building have been turned on and are dry. Again, there should be a damn spigot somewhere, even if it's in a basement. Commercial spigots look different. I'll post a video on it. I'd like to see that video, Swamp. It's good to have a 4-way Silcock key for retrieving water from these spigots. These things are like $10. Get one and keep it for a bug out bag. Remember, water heaters hold water for a very long time, and unless someone has tapped into that particular water heater, it should hold a lot of water. There is a spigot at the bottom of most water heaters. Easy peasy. You'd think these ways of finding water would be used up by other people 3 months after shit hits the fan, but man, you will be surprised. People are fucking stupid. Fire hydrants, believe it or not, will have water under them while everything else might be dry. Simply use a pipe wrench to undo the very top nut of the hydrant all the way. You can now use a pipe wrench to loosen the side access points. If you have access to wrench and you're thirsty, it's certainly worth checking. Finding water in wilderness environments, good grief, where to begin? I suppose my main thought of water in the wild is that it always runs downhill, obviously. So you need to look for low-lying areas, ravines, valleys, bottom of hill streams, etc., to look for creeks and streams. If there are any types of hills in your area, there will be springs also. Look for moist areas while it's dry. Everywhere else, you've found a spring. You just need to find the trickle, or you need to dig. You can also dig for water. This should be done at lowest lying areas, ravines, valleys, etc., if there is no visible water. You can also use the vegetation to tell if there's a very shallow water table. Look for water-loving trees like sycamore, for example. That's a really good point. You know, I've always known sycamore trees. They grow on the banks of rivers up here and creeks up here in Appalachia. Oftentimes, people will dig for water, think they were unsuccessful, only to walk past their holes the next day and see they are full of water. So always bear in mind that it usually takes time for these holes to fill with water. If there is any fields or dense underbrush, you can use morning dew to collect drinking water. Take all of your cottons and tie them around your feet, ankles, legs, waist, pretty much whatever the height of your vegetation, and walk around making as much contact as possible. Wring out into a container and continue repeating. You can tie plastic around the ends of branches with green leaves and essentially make a solar steel, making the plant sweat into the plastic. Has to be in sunlight. You can also make an actual solar steel to turn your piss into drinking water. Pull water out of ground or other materials, and so on. I actually started to write a step-by-step instruction on making a survival solar steel, but it's just too much to type at the moment. Please research how this is done. It's incredibly simple. I'm referring to the style where you dig a hole in the ground, use clear plastic stretched over the top with a pebble in the middle, making the water drip into the container underneath. If you're not familiar, let's see, damn it. I lost my fucking place here.
God damn it, Nord.
God damn, what the fuck? Let me just start, Robert. A pebble in the middle making water drip into the container underneath. If you're not familiar, you will know when you see it. Learn how this is done. I shouldn't have to talk about snow and ice. If there is snow and you are thirsty, I will personally put you down myself. There are lots of things to go over regarding water in the wild, but I have to keep these articles somewhat short. If I had to bring up one more strategy, it would be wringing out mud. Not many would think of that. Even if mud is starting to dry, dig up the wetter mud underneath, scoop it into a sock or shirt, and wring the water through the clothing. Now all you need to do is filter and boil. That was a damn long post there, Swamp. I've lost my voice now. It was good. It was good, though.
I actually have something to add to it that I just came across fairly recently, and something I'm looking into getting soon, and that is a drive well. This is a hand pump well. It uses galvanized pipe, 1.25 inches in diameter. This has to be drive pipe, not regular galvanized. You get drive caps to put on the pipe. At the end of the pipe, you put it's called a drive point, and it has got a hardened blue steel point on the end, and then it's screened about 3 or 4 feet up. You screw your drive cap on, and you beat it into the ground with a sledgehammer. Remove the drive cap when it's almost the ground. You got a little bit sticking out. Put a drive coupling on, so you have to screw a drive coupling. Screw your next pipe on. Put your drive cap on top of that. Continue driving it with your sledge, and you repeat. I think you can only go about 25, 30 feet with these hand pumps. If you go any deeper than that, the hand pump is not actually going to be able to pull the water up that high. So again, this is for low-lying areas where the water table is shallow. You continue repeating taking the cap off and coupling a new pipe on until you reach the end. You screw your hand pump on, and these are the old classic red hand pumps that everybody's used to with the leather gaskets. Stick that on the end, and you just drove your own well with a sledgehammer. Pretty neat.
Damn right. That'd be pretty
Nice.
good. Pretty good thing to use.
Mm-hmm.
Tristan, you made it back. How you doing? You there? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I just learned of these drive wells, and I had to look up what one looks like. So I'm a visual learner. Those look pretty neat. I want one.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh boy. I found another.
And they're not that expensive. With the pipe, the couplings, you only need one cap. Let's say you need 5 foot lengths of pipe. You need 5 couplings. You need your drive point and your hand pump. It'll probably set you back $400. Not bad at all.
No.
That is a good prep to keep forever.
Hell yeah. You there, Tristan? Oh.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. You got a little static here and there, Tristan, but it's all right. We can I managed to find another post here about water filtration and purification from swamp. But I swear, it's a pretty
Purification.
Purification, motherfucker.
That's my favorite word.
Purify yourself.
With alcohol. That's just like the gods intended.
Just like it. All right.
120 proof or go home.
I'll read this one. All right. Here we
How's
go.
that hand, Wiglaf?
Hand's fine. Haven't been chugging Everclear, so we're good.
That hand was purified.
It was purified by the power of Thor.
It was. It was a time. I'm sweating thinking about it right now. I'm like, yeah, let's not do that for another couple months.
Well, yeah. My grip hasn't suffered from it, so we're good.
That's good.
Sorry, Nord. You were reading.
Oh, I'm actually enjoying a break for a second. This is a long one. This is a long one.
Long-winded posts there.
Effort
Ah,
post.
It is
So
an effort post.
it's like all the posts are just seeping with knowledge. Don't you have another one on Telegram? Like another, it's not necessarily like a group channel, but it's like a more of where you post more of your knowledge based stuff. Swamp.
Yep. Blue Adler preparations. Yes, sir.
Man, it's stuff that you'd find like one article maybe in one like survival book and another article in another. I really do think that if you're interested in survival or even just surviving like just a tornado and a hurricane, these are the really useful things to
I'm gonna post.
to know.
I'm gonna post it in the chat. You care if I do that, Swamp?
Go ahead.
All right,
And
I'm gonna
thank
post
you,
the
Gaul.
link.
No, of course. I it's good consolidated information. It's no bullshit. It's everything you need. Nothing you don't. I really do think it's useful.
All right, guys. If any of y'all are on Telegram, anybody in the chat, this is Swamp's channel. Check it out in your free
This is my
time.
prepping channel.
That's prepping channel, yes. Oh, I don't know if I've got it in me to read the water filtration and purification thing. My voice is a little frail right now to tell
So
you.
Nord, are you still at
some
home
water.
right now?
What's up?
Are you back? Are you still at home, like up north Tennessee?
Oh no, all right. What I did was I got back here, I think it was 2 days ago. What I did is I went back home. My mom lives up in Northwest North Carolina. I went and got her, picked her up, and brought her down here to stay with us for about it was about 5 days she stayed with us.
Right.
She hadn't never my dude growing up, we never traveled any. We never really went on vacations or anything. We went to Myrtle Beach one time when I was 12. But so, my family, we really don't travel very much. And this was the first time that my mother had, ever been able to come down here and see the house and everything. So, yeah, I'm back down here in Southeast Tennessee right now. So things are good. Things are great. Feeling good. Feeling great.
Good.
Well, since we have no format to this, I figured I would just, how did your date night go tonight, Boarish Gaul? How was that?
Man, well, it went good. I mean, we got the baby right now, and babies take time, especially if you want to be good parents. And I just hit her sister's down right now with her boyfriend and stuff, and they were able to watch him and saw Northman. I saw that okay cool guy. He said like the Northman was Black Panther for white people. It's not like that. It's more like if you've read any of the like Norse sagas or like the Hengskringr like sagas and stuff like that. Like it's a saga. Like it's essentially just Hamlet. I mean the protagonist's name is Amulet. Right? Like it's a Norse saga on film, and it's really I think it's good. Now I'm a little bit more degenerate than some people. So I don't know, some of you are Puritans, but I thought it was pretty damn good.
Wow.
But no, it's good, man. Like we're prepping right now. We got a midwife. We got a midwife for the next baby coming.
Congratulations on that. Congratulations. Yeah. Doing what needs to be done. Doing the work of Providence.
Well, don't worry, it ain't that much work for me. A whole minute and a half, and I'm like, well, that'll keep, no, but no, man, but we're trying to not use doctors because doctors always want to like pump your woman full of drugs. They want to cut them open, and a lot of that isn't needed. Like women are generally, when I remake my channel, me and her are gonna do a lot of videos on like home birthing and kind of like how the hospital system. No, I'm generally not a big feminist fan, but feminists get it right when they talk about how the hospital system was created by men, and it doesn't really help birthing because a mammal's natural instinct when birthing is to be comfortable. If it feels like it's in danger or stressed, it's not going to give birth. the same for humans, like if you're surrounded by 5-6 nurses, you're plugged to a bunch of machines, you're already uncomfortable. You're just not going to give a natural birth easily. You're not going to have that natural contraction that allows you to give birth within like 35 minutes to an hour, where in a hospital it could take up to 30 something hours or whatever I've heard. And then they give you C-section, and that's stressful on the baby, which could cause a lot of mental illnesses down the line. I mean, look at me, I'm all sorts of fucked up. But it's something where you could be in your own environment, comfortable, relaxed, with women who are generally I don't want to say elderly, but more
Experienced.
yeah, exactly. And that's important. I think that's very important. And women don't need a bunch of drugs because they load you with Pitocin, right? They load the woman with Pitocin, and it numbs them up. They can't really feel their contractions that well, which isn't good. You should feel your contractions. It hurts, sure, but you need to know how hard you're squeezing, how hard your body's squeezing, when you should be doing it. I know there's a bunch of dudes in this fucking chat, but at the same time, you should be knowledgeable about the birth and how your children are being birthed, because you're their fucking father. Take some responsibility. So I guess it's kind of where I fall on that.
Hell yeah.
Fucking fire.
Sorry, I'm drinking, so I started getting aggressive there for a second. I was like, and these motherfuckers right here, they want to tell me. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, we lost Swamp.
Oh God, not again. Swamp.
Swamp, back me.
Papa, come back. Crawdaddy. Crawdaddy.
Oh, here he is. We got him.
Lord of the Bayou.
Lord of the
Let me chug my raw milk. Try to add an extra inch on.
On your dick?
Yeah, I was about to say an inch where?
Everywhere. I don't need it on either, but we'll stay anywhere.
I need an inch off the waist right now. I've been adopting the power belly right now, trying to hit those big weights.
Yeah, you were when I saw you. How long ago was that? 2 weeks?
Yeah, just
Whatever.
about.
Yeah,
Yeah, just about.
You're getting big, man.
Yeah, well, it's for a purpose.
What are your numbers now, man?
Well, I just deadlifted 500 for 2.
Nice.
Yes. What day is it today? Yesterday. No, not. It's Saturday. Yeah. So yesterday. So I deadlifted 2 yesterday. 500 for 2. I'm squatting 465 for 2. I'm doing doubles and some back offsets, but I don't worry about that.
Damn.
I'm
Boys
benching.
got them horse thighs.
Yeah, well, it really is attacking my cardiovascular and sleep and all that shit that people think is important. Whatever. No, but I'm just trying to hit some big numbers, and then I'm gonna cut back down and be some sort of weird little Twinkie boy or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. Are you still entering that weightlifting contest?
No, man, I got COVID a couple weeks ago, and it threw off my training plan. Plus gas.
Wow.
Man, gas just blew up down here, and the contest is in mid Wisconsin, and I don't want to drive that far.
All the fucking way up there, yeah.
And take work off, on top of it, because and here's the big one. I don't want to cut weight. It's miserable. I don't want to do that. I just don't want to cut weight anymore. Now, I'm not saying lose weight. That's different than cutting weight. Cutting weight is a week of literal man, I feel like a fucking Jew in Auschwitz.
Take a steak knife and just cut it off, slab at a time.
You're dehydrating yourself. You're cutting water weight.
Yeah, I know.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's not fun. Yeah, Swamp knows. Swamp's a sport man. No, I'm good, man. I'm good. I just end of June, I'm going to England. Survive the Jive has got a thing, a pagan thing that he's doing, and I kind of want to go see that. I generally watch his channel. I like some of the
You're
information.
gonna have to get the jab for that.
No. England's pretty good right now, actually.
Didn't they just lift all their mandates for
Yep.
vaccines about a month ago or so?
Yep. So I'm good to go to fly, and then I have like a 30-hour like layover in Iceland. I'm gonna go lift some big stones over there. Not the I'm not gonna lift the Husafeld stone, but like
The big one? Oh,
Volkswagen
yeah.
stone. No, not the Husafeld.
Probably
stone.
way
It's
out of your way, too.
Yeah, that is, but not the full Sturker stones. Like like the weakling, half strength, full strength stones. They're like 2 hours north from Reykjavik. So,
Wow, a lot of traveling. So we were talking about that whenever we talked on the phone last week, Gaul. I have to admit, I've never ever watched a Survive the Job video.
really?
Yeah, I don't really like him. I think
Fair enough.
I mean, I'm not. See, I can't really say anything because I've never really watched his stuff. But I think my impression of him has been, Varg was a big influence on me when I got into this. When I started learning a lot of things, and
Varg's a piece of shit.
I understand. He's
my
very
opinion.
confrontational.
Yeah,
But I got to give the man credit because he opened my eyes to a lot of things. But
Sure.
I think my view of Survive the Job has been, I guess you could say altered due to, me watching Varg,
Yeah,
years earlier.
just watch his thing, Runes to Rune, like that. I watched that and I was like, this is good. And I watch his content because I feel like it's based in historical fact more than woo-woo bullshit. I don't like woo-woo bullshit. I like to be as historically accurate to what our ancestors would have practiced and believed.
Yeah.
And Varg just woo-woo bullshit, fucking like placenta cult, Jew shit. Like I don't fucking and he's an asshole too. And no one should be an asshole in our fucking groups. Like we're small enough as it is. Like, if you're just pushing people away, like, get the fuck away. No one wants you. Like, no one wants you. You're not going to help out anybody. You're not going to save any white race. Fuck you, dude. I love his music, but I don't like him as a person.
He's got a lot of kids. Seems to be doing all right in France, I guess. What's up, Hoot and Holler? Glad you could stop by. Glad you could make it. Hell, chat. We're just bullshitting. We have no format for this stream. We've been talking a little bit about survivalism, a little bit about butt breaking, a little bit about
Styrofoam packing peanuts. I got a friend for you.
That's my dude. That's my dude.
Yeah.
Holler there.
You ever heard of gasoline? You two mix quite well.
Oh yeah, it does. It's sticky.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It has a tendency to do that.
Oh man.
Hey guys. What books are you guys reading lately?
Ooh, good topic.
This U.S.
go first,
Army's
Wiglaf.
fucking land nav book.
Of course you are. You fucking. I love you.
I'm reading Bonnie and Clyde.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, that sounds good.
Yeah, it's Bonnie and Clyde, yeah.
You know, sentimental with it.
Yeah. What you reading there, Mr. Schaefer? What you reading, brother?
I recently cracked open a book on guerrilla warfare. The U.S.
Hell
Army
yeah.
issued,
Nice.
That's what we like to hear. Be ready.
I was reading something before that, but I can't remember what it was. Usually I go over a large span of subjects. I have a shorter attention span.
I understand, man. Sometimes
I do.
Sometimes I'm in the same boat.
30 minutes a day, man. Just I set a timer, and I just read for 30 minutes. Once that timer goes off, I just put my bookmarker and put it down.
Yeah, I get that.
Best way to do it.
If I wanted to, if I had more time, I could sit for hours and read.
Oh,
Man.
hey, no one's got time, man.
Well,
I have enough attention span for a chapter a day at best.
Man, it depends on the book, because a chapter in like the Virginian is like 30 pages, 40, 50 pages. That's a fucking long chapter for me.
During the fall and winter, I managed to read several books. read The Fame of a Dead Man's Deeds. You know, it's the biography of William Luther Pierce. I highly recommend that. It is definitely worth reading. It's basically, you know, a good summary of the history of white nationalism in this country. I read Program to Kill by Dave McGowan. That's, you know, into, you know, intelligence conspiracies, you know, about how serial killers, you know, prominent serial killers throughout the 60s, 70s, 80s, a lot of these different strange cults like the Process Church, you know, he does, Dave McGowan does a really good job of explaining the links that a lot of these serial killers, people like Ed Gein, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre guy, what's his name? Gacy.
John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah, he had a couple of connections. You know, it was really.
Whoa,
really
that's weird. Estelle, my wife, was just talking about like how this exact topic the other day. Like we were getting into it. That's really weird,
dude. There is some fucked up shit that I learned reading that book. Have you ever heard of any of you ever heard of two serial killers? Their names are Henry Lee Lucas and Otis Toole. That was their names.
No,
I've heard of the second one.
Never heard of.
No, sir.
Well, let's see. They were. It'll take me a minute to summarize this. They were friends. They were also homosexuals, of course. They're both dead now, though. But
You hear that, Swamp? We're friends. That means we're homosexuals.
oh shit!
Bounty is code word for something else.
Boys, you ain't involved. Guys, you ain't involved in some, you know, satanic cult down there in, you know, the Congaree River Basin, are you?
Swamp rituals.
Well, see,
Come and visit old Swamp. I'll take you on a boat ride.
What goes on the boat stays on the boat, boy. Swamp's picking his belly button. Bada dang 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 dang.
I actually am picking my belly button right now. How do you know that?
Man, because I know you, Swamp. Oh no. But I'm reading this book, A New Nobility of Blood and Soil by Richard Walter Dare. That's it's a good one. It's a lot like damn, what was that book I read? It was a recommendation by you. The Continental one.
Oh yeah,
America.
it's Madison Grant.
Yeah,
Conquest
Conquering
of
a
a
Continent. Yep, it's a lot like that in the sense of why it's important for a people to have a land, kind of an idea, right? It's a very anti-globalist book, and I am a very anti-globalist type of person, so it's perfect.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Conquest of a Continent. I actually kind of liked it better than Passing of the Great Race, his first book. It was extremely informative. But another book I'm actually reading right now is it's about the Lagan Redshanks, which is another name for the Scotch Irish. I just finished. It's written by a guy named Barry R. McCain. I'm actually hoping to interview him here soon. He's an interesting guy. I've spoken to him online a few times. But yeah, I learned a lot about the Scotch Irish that I wasn't previously aware of. He's done a lot of research into it. But but since it's springtime now, I don't think I've cracked a book open in the last 10 days, probably.
No, 30 minutes a day. That's all you need. That's like I work out 2 to 3 times a week, and I read every day.
Damn right.
So,
hey,
Jeez, y'all make me feel bad. Before I started reading Body and Clyde, I hadn't read a book for months.
Swamp, you're old.
I need to read more.
You ain't old.
Well, Swamp, you have a whole like menagerie of people you got to keep care of.
Yeah, I mean your family's huge, Swamp. You know, you gotta give yourself, you know, cut yourself some slack there. You know, you got a big family. You ain't got a lot of time to keep your nose in the book.
I mean, I'm worried about it.
I've had family down here, the last week, and I've been doing a lot of fishing, and I'm trying to work on this, trying to help this new dog that I found while I was fishing the other day. It was about starved to death.
Oh yeah, how's he doing? I haven't been keeping up with your videos and just wanted to know.
Bo Cephas is he's doing well.
Cephas.
I named him Bo
Cephas.
Cephas, man. Hank Williams Jr.
Williams Jr.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dude, well, my family, we've had a kind of like tradition of naming our dogs after country singers. I've had a dog named June Carter before. So I was like, I'm going to name him Bo Cephas, but he's doing well, man.
Does he party?
Dude, he's he likes to. He likes to raise hell in the backyard.
I gotta calm down now.
Yeah, he's I think he's got Walker Hound in him. He's a hound dog. He's really pretty. I'll have to send you a few pictures of him.
So,
but he's putting on the weight, so
that's good.
Yes, he was nearly starved to death, man. Hell, it was up there where me and you went swimming, Gaul. It was up there in the Hiwassee River at the powerhouse. Whenever we walked fucking miles up the railroad that day, but he was right at the powerhouse. He staggered up to me, man. He was skin and bones. So,
oh man, what kind of dog is he again?
He's a type of hound. He's pretty big. He's got
color.
Big paws. He is black and tan, and he's got
Nice.
he's got hazel. He's got brownish green. His eyes are kind of a unique color. He's really gentle. Him and Loki, they get along really good. So,
well, that's important.
Yeah, he's not fixed too. So I thought that might be some awaiting conflict there.
So you were when you were texting me the other day about like kind of like what you were thinking about talking about on the stream. You talked about what our visions of what we think America is going to become in the coming future. Sorry for all of our foreign and international friends, but I've been having some thoughts on what I think America will become, and in the future, I do believe it's going to become a very Spaniard type nation, right? Like how the Celtiberians
Spaniard
with
Spick.
No, Spaniard. No, wait, hold on. Spaniard, because you're going to get a Mexican population mixing with a mainly German population, and that's a lot like when the Goths came down and mixed with the Celtiberians to make Spaniards. Like we're going to get a reverb. Like we're gonna get.
I think.
Like,
oh, go ahead.
We're gonna get a very Spaniard people, but the main white people, the real people that are eventually going to become real Americans, are going to be people in the Appalachia and the people out in the Rockies. That's why I'm moving out to West Virginia, because I can afford it. You can't afford shit at Cascadia unless you're like a fucking millionaire. In West Virginia, you get like 20 acres for like 150,000 out in a holler. That sounds pretty good to me.
Damn right.
Might have to join you.
I'm telling you, it's so cheap out there because there's not a lot of work, right? There's only coal mines. But since I'm a trucker, my wife works remotely as a tutor. Like it works great, and plus I have plenty of land and acreage and water. Like you don't really want to go. I don't like when people go like west of the Mississippi. Because there ain't no fucking water out that way. Like, unless you get into, like, way out into Washington. But no one can fucking afford that shit anyway. Like the people in Cascadia that are there now have been there for many, many generations. And they already have, like, a land stake, Like,
yeah.
And most of us are poor. Like, I ain't well off. Like, I'm pretty fucking poor. And the only way I could travel and do stuff is, like, very budgety. And I like sleeping on the ground anyway. So it works out great, So, but... Fucking yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, you were talking earlier about the future of America, how see it being a Spanish thing. I think it's going to be. It's like Pat says. I think we're going to end up like Latin America. That's what we're going to end up as.
Brazil 2.0.
Yeah, you could say that. Brazil,
Argentina 2.0. I think more or less.
Well, I think it's going down. I think it's going down. I think pretty much all Western nations are going down. I think power is transferring to the East, and that small country in the Middle East has a lot to do with this. And they've put all these non-natives here with us for a reason.
Sure.
I don't know what makes us think that they're obviously trying to destroy us, right? So
Yeah, oh yeah, Kalergi plan.
they're going to let it fall, and they're going to transfer the power east, and then do what they do with them. They're going to subvert them and go through the cycle. Maybe what they've been doing for a long time is just a game of back and forth. Maybe it's not always east versus west, but there's always some type of major rift right down the middle, and they topple one side, transfer control to the other, subvert it, it crumbles. By that time, they can go back to the other side.
That is the Jews' playbook in a nutshell. That's what they've always done. That's what I'd like you to point out a point in history where they haven't done that.
Sure. I'm not arguing against that. But I do think, though, like, even in a collapse situation, like, things still work, right? Like, even if you look at England when the Romans left, and it was in its most chaotic, like, form, like, in, like, the year 500, like, it still functioned quite well. And I think the same thing is going to happen in America, like,
But they weren't flooded with...
Yeah, they were. Well,
I don't like to push the IQ card because I don't think IQ is the most important thing. I think character is more important.
Fair.
But they don't have the ability to keep the infrastructure of the United States as it currently is up. And I mean, yes, they're pushing towards the more, interchangeable, pushing towards the robotic, use more robotics and shit.
Transhumanism and stuff.
The question is, are they actually going to be able to get to that point, or is everything going to go down the shitter before then? So I get what both you and Swamp are saying, and I say yes, and I say no and no.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking teenager still, so what the fuck do I know?
No, shut up, boy. No, I'm just kidding.
I think they've played us, and they don't need us anymore.
Shut up, old man. You know what you were talking about. This ain't... You ain't with the times.
What I was going to say was, I think they're currently in a race, you could say, to implement. I look at transhumanism and technology as the wild card in this. Back when I was a criminal and stuff, during those years, I noticed. I remember telling some of my buddies that I did these things with. I'm like, dude, one of these fucking days, people ain't going to be able to get away with fucking anything. There's a fucking camera everywhere. Technology. One of these days, it's going to be nearly impossible to get away with any crime.
That's why you got to get in the mountains.
Yeah, hell, even here though, man.
You are in chat. You're almost in Chattanooga, like proper, like almost.
Not too far, but
you're right down the road. Hey guys, I promised the wife I'd only be on for about an hour, so I got to split. I got family here, and I got to entertain them bitches too. So
okay.
I love you guys. I'll talk with you guys soon. Okay.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Man. See you, Gaul.
See you, Gaul.
See you, brothers.
See you.
Good night. Old Gaul. I'm glad he was able to stop in and talk to us for a little bit. But anyways, what the fuck?
That's a good guy.
He is a good guy. I had so much fun whenever he came down here and stayed for those few days. Dude, we had a blast. I actually got drunk that night. That's the first time I've been a little drunk in years. Many years. Drinking them Irish car bombs, man. Mixing Guinness and Bailey's Irish cream, or Bailey's, the shit you put in coffee, and Jameson whiskey. I was feeling pretty good.
Mm-hmm. He can drink.
Yeah, he loves it. He can drink better than I can. Fuck, I had 2 of those drinks, and I was starting to feel it, But yeah, transhumanism, man, is like the wild card, and I have a negative view of what their plans are for using it against us.
I'm hoping we don't make it that far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do too. What's y'all's opinions on this? Do you think what we are seeing, we're in this odd situation right now where our civilization, we're starting to see the cracks in it. We're starting, it seems like even the normie population, the people with the heads in their sand, they're starting to notice the cracks as well. Do you think that this is designed? Which I do think it's designed, but do you think it's designed? What do you think is the future? Do you think there is going to be a collapse that happens, or is this a controlled demolition? What's y'all's thoughts on it? This is a question that I've wrestled with, for 2 years now. What do you think?
Well, I don't know if it's controlled or not, but I think that there's definitely a fork in the road we're at where there either is some type of collapse and we at least become like a third world nation, or where they are locking us in pods and you're hooked up at least to a headset. Maybe you have some shit implanted in you and you're just directly connected to the technology. They feed you slop through the door and you think this shit is a 5-star cuisine restaurant. I see it going that route. And to me, in my opinion, it's either one way or the other.
I'd have to agree with that.
Hey, TMMM, fuck you, you fucking faggot. What the fuck you doing here? What the fuck you doing here, you fucking bitch? Where the fuck's he at?
Who is
I
that
didn't mean to interrupt you. I don't know, some cocksucker.
About?
You know TMMM?
No, but I know the
Tim
dude he's talking about. I mean, I don't agree with everything he says, but he's a good dude. Don't
Really?
He's not. No, he's not one of them. Go fuck yourself. Suck a fat cock, faggot.
Who's he talking about?
He's just some guy that fucking comes on.
For my people, he's the other dude. I did a couple streams with him. He's the one I was talking about. He's a good guy. Up in Canada, so I think he's in somewhere along the eastern coast of Canada. But he's a good guy. I like him a lot.
Let's see. Anyways, where were we? What's going on? What's your thoughts on it, Wiggy?
I agree a large part with what Swamp's saying. What I'd like to happen is a collapse. I'd like for Mad Max on steroids, but I don't know if we'll get that. It may just be a slow crumble into nothingness. It probably is going to be a mixture of several things. We'll continue with this current slow bullshit for a couple decades, and then either shit will start to pick up in one direction or another, or something crazy will happen. One thing I can tell you for sure that won't happen is having a resurgence of the artist or anybody like that. If you people who still think that something like that is feasible are simply waiting around for Jesus to come fix all their problems for them. I think that's pretty fucking.
That brings up something interesting I'd like to talk about in a second. You got anything else you'd like to add, Wiglaf?
No, not really.
Tristan, you've been really quiet tonight. What's your thoughts on it?
Sounds like we're talking about a couple different things. Sounds like you were talking about transhumanism and then.
Dude, I'm scatterbrained as fuck. You have to forgive me.
I'm not a big internet guy. I feel like I should know what it is before I talk about it. The only person I ever hear talk about transhumanism is you. Can you explain to me very briefly what that is?
Well, honestly, I am definitely not the best person to explain this. I just mention it every now and then. I am, it seems like transhumanism to me is, I could be wrong on this. I'm going to try to explain it to the best of my ability. as I see it, it's this kind of merger of artificial intelligence and perhaps humanity. You know, I know that's a very vague answer. A guy like Apollonian Germ, he's talked a lot more about transhumanism. He would know much more about it than I would.
It's pretty much merging our bodies with the technology physically, right?
I guess so. I think so. Yeah,
Uh,
that's at
but
least my vague interpretation of it.
for what purpose?
Um, I guess it's
To
what the
further
elites.
enslave us, the same reason we have smartphones in our hands right now.
That is true. That's a really good way to put it, Swamp. Um, but yeah, what I was just asking you, Tristan, is what do you think about the collapse? Do you think it's coming? Do you think it's going to be slow, or do you have any? I mean, just what's your thoughts? Just honest thoughts, Tristan.
I can't say anything for certain.
Oh yeah, none of us can.
Yeah.
We're just spitballing here.
Well,
it
I
looks
think a
like
collapse
people
is
are
coming.
voting. Yeah, I'm sure a collapse is coming.
I mean, it's inevitable if you think about it.
Yeah, it is for sure.
I think it's coming
Definitely.
fairly soon. When I say collapse, a lot of people think of that Mad Max type scenario, and that's not necessarily what I ever refer to when I say collapse. It could be us reverting to a much more decrepit state than we are now as a country, and kind of that Western nation decline that I was referring to, where the power transfers east. We can just, it could be something as simple as us kind of pretty much reverting to a third world country status.
See, that's
which in
ahead.
itself, unfortunately, with society the way it is, would probably result in a Mad Max scenario. Who knows? I think the real question is whether or not they want it to happen,
Yeah.
or not.
That's.
They
I
might.
think
They might not.
Uh-oh. Sounds like a dog fight, bro.
It does. It ain't. It's not over here.
It ain't. Ava ain't out there whooping ass, is she?
Nope. Nope.
Ava's a great dog. She's such a good
sorry
dog.
about that.
Thank you.
I'm sitting out in my garage right now with the door open. There's
You're
probably-
fine.
That's Tristan.
Oh
There's
yeah.
probably a siren going by in the distance, and every dog in the neighborhood howls at it. Okay, it stopped.
All right. Oh hell, you're fine. I mean,
They'll all lose their minds for 45 seconds, and then it's over.
yeah.
But about the collapse, a lot of people. I hear a lot of people say that the elites definitely don't want it, and I can definitely understand that and relate to that. But I'm not sold on that. And even if that were the case, they can still they don't have enough control to where they can keep a society from collapsing if there are natural things that are causing the society to collapse. Now, I'm not saying what has happened in our country and that is leading up to the collapse is natural. It's certainly not. But the things that are playing out are natural.
Yeah. The natural regression.
So,
I guess you could say.
I think things can run its course. One domino can knock another domino over that is out of their control, and it could just happen naturally.
Yeah. I got an interesting thing I was going to read here, a comment from Mr. Kidd. Personally, I believe they want to tinker with technology to unlock a way to make a man a consumer full time. Cell phones are already an extension of this. You can't even pump gas without watching ads. That is a very good observation. I don't know if you guys seen this. Hoot and Holler had a couple of, let me pull them up here. To answer your question a little better earlier, Mr. Schaefer, Hoot and Holler says, transhumanism mainly consists of the idea that human progression in terms of historical ages requires technological modification of the human flesh. And he's got a follow up here. That's the neutral definition. In reality, it's yet another control scheme by the large schnoz persons. Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know anybody around here who'd want that, but that could be different somewhere else.
You know, they'll just slip it in, you know, gradually. It's like a lot of things, you know. It's like the boiling, the frog in the boiling pot metaphor, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I mean, just even I remember fucking what was it? 2011, 2012 when smartphones started to really take off, at least in my area at the time. I remember looking around at people who had smartphones thinking like, what the fuck is that? You look ridiculous. Why are you looking at that all day? You look like, you know, there's a world around you, right? And
Yeah.
pretty shortly, everybody had one. I mean, I didn't want one for the longest time. I had a flip phone as a teenager. That
Yeah.
branded me as a uncool kid. But yeah, I didn't get a smartphone till like 2017, and my parents actually said, "We're getting you one." I'm like, I don't want one.
Yeah.
But that's going to be the way that shit gets implemented, just like how I think it always has. Is just, you know, start with something that's just kind of pushed in. Maybe it's not, even if there is a big, you know, push about it, it kind of dies down and just slowly starts to trickle its way. And like nowadays, you can't do most things without a phone number. I was just noticing that, like, if I didn't have a phone number, I couldn't get like hardly anything nowadays. You can't. Most government buildings and getting your fucking driver's license, a lot of times requires you to have a phone in some places and have a phone number. So if you don't have a smartphone now, you're severely handicapped. You can't be part of the modern world.
Yeah.
And that's just how it's going to be. It was the same.
It's all leading to the metaverse, bro.
Yeah, bro, you're right. You got it. Speak, preach, brother. But it's the same way when they implemented cars and automobiles. Think of something Ted Kaczynski even said. Like the walker was, you know, he could go anywhere he wanted, unimpeded at his own pace. Then people started bringing in vehicles, and like, oh, well, these people want to go faster to get to commute to places faster, and so they're just going to take up the roads that everybody already normally walks, and oh, you just got to move out of the way. That's fine. Then they start implementing roads because they want it faster and more convenient. And soon enough, you have fucking superhighways that impede where I can and can't walk, regular roadways that I can't cross without getting hit by a vehicle. And now the walkers, you know, rights or whatever you want to call it, freedom, is the word I'm looking for, is now infringed. His freedoms are now infringed upon, and he can't do everything he wanted to. It's the same thing with the smartphones. It's gonna be the same thing with the fucking metaverse or whatever they're coming out with next. It's the same recipe.
It's all about enslavement and making you happier as things are declining around you and keeping you distracted. And it probably is coming. It's not going to be called the metaverse, but that's what we call it now. But something like that is coming if there is no collapse. And it all goes back to, like I was talking about, there'll just be stacked ghettos, kind of somewhat third world status. All over.
I think I heard somebody else mention
this. Middle class. It's 99%.
I heard someone else mention this, but the comparison to the world of Ready Player One, I think, is quite accurate. If anybody knows anything about that?
Yeah, I've seen the movie a couple years.
But you know, everyone will be disconnected from living spaces, and I think it'll be like you're literally there. It'll be like virtual reality, and you can literally meet your friends at your at the fucking park, and everything's digital. It'll be like some Matrix shit. It'd be all a program. It'd be butterflies flying, but you're not really there. You're back in your pod.
That's ready for one.
Have y'all ever seen a movie? It came out, God, I don't know how long ago. It was maybe 13, 14, 15 years ago. It's called Repo Man.
Nope.
You ever
haven't
seen
heard
that?
of it.
It's
No.
got that actor. I think his name was Jude Law. It's called Repo Man, I believe. But it was basically this guy is he's a repo man. He goes around. It's set in the future. He goes around getting, if a person who's received an organ transplant has been, not paying their medical bills, the repo man will come and fucking cut it out of them, repossess it. And
Damn.
it ends up on one of his repo jobs. Him and his partner are going to get a liver from some guy that hadn't been paying, his medical bills, and ends up that guy that they were after ends up fucking them up, and ends up that Jude Law, the main character, I was talking to what's up, Husifer? Glad you could make it. I've got a plan on it, bro. Remember how I was thinking about? I wanted to get Husifer on here because you guys haven't met him yet, but he's a really good dude. He lives a couple of hours from me, but anyways, I didn't mean to get sidetracked. Husifer actually asked, Repo Man is a remake of a Schwarzenegger movie, ain't it? I don't know. It might be. It probably is. But long story short, at the end of the movie, Jude Law, the main character, he has to go around fighting these people off who are trying to repossess whatever organ it is. He ends up getting fucked up horribly. And at the end of it, it shows he's with his wife and his family on a beach. It's a beautiful vacation, but in reality, they've got him hooked up like he's a vegetable. He lives in this alternate reality. In reality, he's bedridden. He's not even alive. And I think that's unfortunately, that's a glimpse into the future. Anyways, any of y'all got anything else you'd like to add to it? Anything else at all? Let's see. We've been going for about an hour and 30 minutes. I figured we'll go for a few more minutes. I gotta get off here and get something to fucking eat. I gotta eat me a damn sandwich or something. I just ate a snack earlier. Earlier we were talking about a thought that I had is this savior complex, and you touched on it earlier, Wiglaf. It seems like a lot of people in the dissident right, they have this savior complex. What do y'all think about that? Do you sense this as well, or do you think I'm full of shit? What's y'all's thoughts?
What do you mean by savior complex?
Everybody's looking for a savior to come save them.
Oh.
Like some guys.
The singular leader that has yet appeared. We're all waiting on that singular great leader.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. I think it's a load of shit, like I said earlier. And if you think differently, fight me. You're an idiot. You're just sitting around waiting for Jesus to come save you. That makes you not a man, because you're waiting for someone else to come fix your problems for you. Again, if you disagree, fight me.
Very assertive.
I think what we need, and I'm going to really try to watch what I say here because we're on YouTube, but what we need is a bunch of small cells all over America that are actually training and planning to do something about the situation we're in. And
100%.
That is what we need. We need guerrilla shit.
Need to be trained in it, I think. Oh, go ahead, Tristan.
Whatever savior you're waiting for, you should train to be that savior or become that savior. Whatever you imagine is coming to save you, you should be that person.
I feel like it's this adoption of this, herd mentality. People are looking at, you got to look inside yourself. Not all of us, I don't consider myself any sort of I was going over. Oh shit! I lost my train of thought. I just read a comment, but anyway, where the fuck was I? God damn it! My brain has just completely shit on itself.
It happens.
I'll regain myself here in a second.
What were we talking about?
Oh,
Savior
Savior
complex.
complex. You know,
Yep.
I think it's in. Okay, I got it back. You know, a lot of our guys, at least young men, they look. We have this infatuation with leadership. We want a strong leader to show us the way. But my thoughts on it, we are not in this. You know, I think a lot of the leaders in the dissident right, what you could say, you know, online, we're in this artificial hierarchy. Artificial hierarchies are absolute shit. They're false. They're not natural.
It's called artificial for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I think what we need is a natural hierarchy, but we're not in the conditions societally, civilizationally, culturally, whatever. We're not in the conditions right now where a natural hierarchy, I believe, will form, at least not yet. And, you know, it touches in with what we were talking about earlier, you know, accelerationism, the collapse, things of that nature. I think a lot of our guys fall into a trap of, you know, looking to these people. And, you know, I mean, a lot of these people have never even, you know, they've not shown us anything really, not a lot. You know, I think they've been put in their positions artificially, at least some of them, you know. And I mean, I can't make these accusations, you know, with certainty because, I mean, hell, I've never met them. I don't plan on fucking meeting them. But, you know, there are things that you notice. Go ahead.
They're sketchy enough to start out with. They're not worth our time. I mean, one just off the top of my head, if you follow TRS or Mike Enoch, again, fuck you. You're retarded. But I mean, if you don't mind me interjecting a little bit, if people want some type of book to read or series of books to read, look up anything by the group Iron March. Stuff like their book Mental Liberation helped me a lot, just understanding the way the world is, and as a fascist revolutionary, what my place in it is. If you look it up on YouTube, you can find it. If you look it up on Telegram, things like the White Alexandria Library has it in both
Yeah,
PDF.
I love that's a
and,
great channel. It's outstanding.
They have it both in PDF and audiobook form. Audiobook's it's not professionally done, but the dude who did it, hats off to him for doing it anyway. He had plenty of other books on there. I think he did the War of the Flea one too. So yeah, I'll shut up now.
Oh no, dude. I love it. I love hearing your input. Hell, you're a lot fucking smarter than I was when I was your age.
Absolutely.
But you know, I mean, shit. Wiglaf, when I was your age, I mean, I was total retard, total dumbass.
I was too.
Yeah. Well, hell, you was probably smarter than I was, Swamp, you know.
No. No.
Have any of you read Next Leap?
Yes, I
Iron
have.
March?
That's another thing by Iron March, right?
Yeah, Hootenholler actually just mentioned it.
Mm-hmm. Next Leap, Zero Tolerance, Mental Liberation, just to name a few. All the great books. Read them.
Yeah. A Squire's Trial. Yeah, my friend Husifer recommended me to read a Squire's Trial. I read it a few months ago. It was good. It wasn't a very long book. I think I had it read in just like maybe a couple of hours, if that. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, we've been going for about an hour and a half, and my stomach is gnawing on my asshole right now. I'm so hungry. I know that's a little bit too much information. Do y'all have anything else y'all would like to add before we shut her down? Anything else at all? Any last thoughts, parting thoughts?
I don't think so.
I have
I
a
spoke
whole
my
lot
mind.
to add, but I certainly don't have a parting thought.
I understand. You got anything else, Wiglaf?
No, I talked enough.
No,
I spoke my mind. So
Yeah. Tristan, you've been exceptionally quiet. I've actually known you, I've talked to you the longest out of anyone here.
Yes.
So I'm glad you could make it, Tristan.
Yeah, I almost didn't.
I know. I was about to actually text you the StreamYard link, and then I just happened to look at the screen. I was like, "Oh hell yeah, there you
Yeah,
go."
I couldn't access the studio room from Telegram, so I had to move the what do you call it? I had to move to the actual internet app, and then I could have access to a keyboard to name the profile, then get into the.
Might get both these.
hello.
Hey, sorry, I was
Yeah.
just
But
talking
thanks
to the
for
old
having
lady
me
here.
on, man. This was fun.
Yeah, thank you. We didn't really have a format in mind, but I think it went well.
Yeah.
I thought it didn't end up as I thought it was going to be the comedy hour for a little bit. The
Yeah.
way we were,
Yeah.
the Gaul kills me. He's hilarious.
Yeah.
He's so funny. His laugh. He's got an infectious laugh.
He
But
does.
Gaul's a character.
he is. He's a good guy. I hope he gets his YouTube channel started up here soon. Guys in the chat, I apologize. We didn't really have a plan. I'm glad. I want to thank y'all for stopping by. It's been disjointed, rambling, but that's life. At least my life, at least. I'd like
Let's
to
plan the next one out. Let's do another one and plan the
Yeah.
next one out.
That's what we should
Yeah.
do. This we consider this a little warm up here. The next one we'll have some topics. Actually write down some notes. Maybe do it here in about
Yes.
maybe a month, or 4 or 5 weeks from now. We'll
Yeah,
talk about
absolutely.
it.
I
Have
might be a
something.
I'd be
Go
a
ahead.
bit more talkative if we had something planned out. I love this rambling stuff. It's fun to listen to, but there's just something about it that my Asperger's will not allow me to do it. So
Oh, that's okay, man.
I'm
Ain't
not
no big deal.
You're a quieter guy in general, Tristan.
Mhm.
You're
Sorry if Kel talks out. It's not
contemplative.
my intention.
I felt bad when you came to see us when I came down, Dave, because I felt like I was so quiet the entire time. I felt like I needed to say something, but I don't know.
Oh no, dude. You were
I was so overjoyed to finally meet you. I was excited. So
I was excited to meet you all too, man. I mean, hell,
that was a good day.
it was a good day. I just wish I could have, been down there longer.
Sure.
But I mean, it was absolutely worth it. I don't care at all to drive however many hours it is to meet you. Tickled to death to do it. I think this is something we all need to try to do. We all need to be careful when it comes to meeting people online that you've never met in person. You need to build up a rapport with them. You need to, get to know them. And if they ever make you feel, if you have any apprehension, you don't have to do it. Just be like, dude, you're fucking weirding me out. See ya. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
I was going to say also in the future, Hoot and Holler, Husifer. Me and Husifer, we're hoping to do a stream here maybe in the next week. He's another fella that I've met in real life. Real good guy. We're going to try to do a stream here in the future. Hoot and Holler, I'd like to have you on. Ox Stone, a lot of you guys. Skylar, I don't know if I've seen you around yet, Skylar. I think you know Wiglaf. Yeah, I might try to do this a little more often. Just have, impromptu, just, hey, we'll come on here, shoot the shit, and see what happens, No, but the next stream we will do, guys, will be, we'll put something together, have something a little more presentable. Not something as schizophrenic, you could say. All right. Is there anything else, guys? Anything else at all? Any parting thoughts? Last words. Last
Nope.
remarks. Closing
We need to
remarks.
get you down here for longer than 5 hours next time.
Oh yeah.
You can bring Miranda too,
He's
Yeah, I
been
need to
down
bring-
here.
and the puppies.
He's been down here twice. He drives 5 hours to get here, spends 5 hours here, and then drives 5 hours back. That's
Hell of a guy.
amazing. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Well,
But
dude,
we're gonna have to
fishing
get you to spend a night on the couch or something next time, man.
Dude, yeah, me and Miranda need to come down here soon. Hey,
Absolutely, y'all are more than welcome.
We'll be getting married here soon, so we need to come down. But
Nice.
hell yeah, guys. Damn, Hopper perspective. I apologize, man. We're actually shutting it down right now. I just seen where you popped up. Anyways, I hope y'all have a good evening. Thank y'all for tuning in, and yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Oh yeah, thank you for coming on. We'll have a better stream lined up next time.
Well, it'll be
Sounds good.
double schizo, I promise.
Ooh, but there'll be at least there'll be a method to the madness in the
I'll
future.
take a bunch of caffeine pills and just get hyped up.
Hell yeah, be ready for it.
Cheaper
All right,
than
guys.
cocaine.
All right, Nordic. I appreciate you having me, man.
Thanks, Swamp, for coming on. I love you, brothers. Hope y'all have a good evening and enjoy your weekend.
Will do, man.
You too,
See
man.
ya.
Hail the chat. Y'all have a good evening, guys. Bye-bye.
Later, everybody.
Later.